Hi everyone, thanks so much for watching this video on SA2. Make sure you download it to a folder labeled SA2 for this course because you want to look at this thing every single time you go to write this paper. So you can remind yourself of the parameters and the steps that you are on when you're doing the writing process. So first and foremost, pay attention to the word count. It's longer, the sources, only one website, all the things that could make you get a not very nice grade on this. Make sure you pay attention to that. The purpose of this essay is to inform readers about a business, organization, or government agency that solves environmental problems facing Florida through their advocacy, programs, and services. So essentially, there's environmental problems. What is this organization, business, or government agency doing to fix these problems? What are they doing? And there's a whole process with numerous working parts to this assignment to get us to the final product, which is your draft, your final draft. So we are working with, several ways to brainstorm this, and then several phases of drafting and editing until we reach the final product. So these are there's multiple assignments to this. And if you don't do one, you can't move on successfully to the next. So it's very important that you stick to the game plan and schedule your time or get the help you need so that you don't fall behind. The first thing we're doing is brainstorming and exploring the topic. And I've given you several different organizations in Florida that are doing some really great work in helping with sustainability efforts and solving problems that are facing the environment here in Florida. And you can choose one of them, explore several of them. It's truly up to you, but I've given you many of them. This is the only website that you can use in this essay. Next, we're going to make a PowerPoint. So we're going to explore this website, whichever one you choose, and then from that website, you're going to use that information in a PowerPoint. So the PowerPoint is only going to be about learning about that organization, business, or government agency. And that's how we are learning about what they're doing. And the PowerPoint is very specific on the problems and solutions that you've identified that they aim to solve. And I want you to read through this and understand what it is you have to put in your PowerPoint. But it's very, very clear and specific. I tell you how many slides, how many pictures, how many quotes, where they belong, all of that sort of thing. And if you have questions, certainly message me. Copy and paste the parts you don't understand. Ask me a few questions in Canvas inbox. I'll be glad to help you out with clarification. After we make our PowerPoint on the website of your choice, then it's time to move forward in the research, creating a matrix chart where you take information from what you put in the PowerPoint and you add further research from 2 to 3 college database articles. So now we're really blossoming with the research, gathering more data, and I teach you some helpful databases that will help you with finding out what are the environmental problems that Florida is facing, that this agency or organization is solving, right? What's going on in the environment. And it's these kind of database articles that will shed some more light on the problems that your agency or organization or business addresses. We then take that information from a matrix chart and plot it into an outline. So the matrix chart, you'll learn how to create it, is more side by side with problems on one column and solutions on another, but then we make it linear up and down, and we look at how the paper is going to take shape. And then after that, we're going to look at how we can draft it. And I've given you many different ways to analyze quotes, so that will help you as well. And also a guide for works cited pages and citation information. So this is going to be a really important document to save. Make sure you put it on a hard drive or on a Google Docs, because you are going to want to find this very quickly. And you're not going to want to try to remember which week you saw it in the Canvas space. You might not remember which week you saw this. So saving it to your computer is going to make it a lot easier for you to find this resource when you need it. And you should be reading this thing all the time. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you learned so much about what people are doing in organizations, government agencies, and even businesses to help with sustainable practices and solving the environmental issues facing Florida. Thanks so much for watching.